Okay, I'm painting this abstract landscape on an A5 sized sheet of acrylic paper, and I'm using this silicon painting tool now just to apply a layer of cadmium orange. And these tools are great. It's not a brush, it's a silicon rubber tool, and it's great for just moving the paint around and applying it and doing all sorts of things with it. Really, you can make some great marks with it. Using a smaller one here to put in this blue paint, which is an old tube, not tube, it's a tub of paint which has gone off. I've had it years and years and years, but it's still useful. So it has a grittiness to it, but I might actually utilize that. The more I scrape with it, the more it'll get rid of that grittiness. But just with a painting knife now, I'm just scratching a few marks into this. It's going to be a landscape, but you have to keep in mind the abstract nature of it. You sort of keep abstract in your head all the time as you're painting. Otherwise, it's all too easy to fall into starting to paint realist. And it's very, very easy to do that. So you have to keep abstract in your mind all the time while you're painting. I'm using a baby wipe here just to remove some of that paint. It's a great little thing to use. It does, if the paint's slightly damp, it removes it very, very nicely right back to the white of the paper or the canvas. I want to have like a sunrise kind of an effect there. Just dry it off with this hairdryer. And just use that towel again once more just to move some of that. Like that. And all this is doing is creating lots and lots of interesting marks that I'm going to be painting over the top of. But they will still show through here and there. Okay, I'm just putting in a few charcoal pencil marks now, a 2B charcoal pencil, and rubbing them with my finger here and there. And then if I want more permanent marks, I can use this Sharpie pen to lay in what I consider to be the foundations of this landscape. Okay, like that. Now with my 1-inch bristle flat brush, I'm just going to paint some white over the top of this. And this brush is so useful. I use it for more or less every painting. But this and all the other tools that I'm using in this painting can be purchased from the links that I've left in the description below. And if you do use those links to purchase those items, then you will be helping to support me and my channel and help me to keep bringing you these videos. Okay, just dry that off lightly with a hairdryer and then spray with water. Leave it for a few seconds to allow that wetness to be absorbed into the paint. Then using a clean towel, I'll just do that again. Quick spray of water, leave it for a few seconds, and then apply this towel over the top, and it removes those little water droplet areas and creates, once again, those interesting little marks that you cannot paint. You can only achieve them by doing this. Scratching again, once again, with the painting knife. Now you see I've painted over all those marks I've already done, but they are still showing through here and there in those underlying layers, and it's layer upon layer upon layer of interest. It all creates an interesting aspect to the painting. If I'd just done this flat colours, it wouldn't look the same. It would look quite impressionist, but I need to have that nice abstract look to it and feel. So I'm just using that same cloth now just to blend some of that paint. And I can add a little bit of yellow to that to create a greenish tone, which is going to be my basic tone for the fields here, the green fields. But not trying to paint realistically. Like I said, you've always got to keep in mind, you've got to have abstract in your mind all the time. Because it's too easy for me to fall into doing a realistic style painting. It's very difficult to paint this abstract. So you have to force yourself to do it. And once you do, you get a lot of enjoyment out of it. So I'm just using a kitchen roll now, piece of kitchen roll, just to move that paint around and dab it to create interesting edges. Little squirt of water. And now with paint on my finger, I'll start applying it in little areas where I want the light to be, those light areas. And I can't stress enough how enjoyable it is painting with your fingers. Just have a go. I urge you to have a go, and I'm sure you'll love it once you realise the fun that can be had with messing with paint like this. It's what we've lost as children. We lose that. Once we grow up, we lose that awe and wonder and fun element of painting with your fingers. But it's very hands-on approach. And I think this style of art suits this perfectly. So have a go at it. Let me know how you get on with it. I'm really enjoying it because I trained myself to be a highly detailed artist, realistic. And so doing this kind of thing is a world away from what I was doing. Okay, back to this small silicone spreader brush. And I'm going to put some dark areas which are going to be trees. They're going to be representative of trees. So they don't have to be tree shapes with abstract. Just remember that. They can be all sorts of shapes. Because the viewer will see the painting in a completely different way to somebody else. When you're doing abstract, they make their own mind up as to what certain areas are all about. It's not descriptive, it's abstract. When you do a descriptive painting and you do a tree and it's a realistic style tree and everybody knows that's a tree. But it could be anything in this. It means different things to different people. Using a nylon fan brush now, I can put in some of these grasses, foreground grasses, because a nylon fan brush is good because it produces various widths of a paintbrush stroke, but it's also great for doing long strokes because it holds a lot of paint. I'm just putting some green into these trees here, just a little bit, perhaps lighten it up a little bit here and there, and that's giving me that background shape. So I'll just lighten it up a little bit with some lighter green. Now it's picked up a little bit of the white there on the brush, but don't worry about it. Leave it. It's a happy accident. Let it go. Now I'm splattering with this nylon brush, this round, old, worn nylon brush, to give me an effect of foreground landscape and leaves. I'll do some white as well there, like that. Okay. And I'll just tap it with my finger a few times as well, just to give a few variations, a few lines with that white as well. And now I can go with the rigger brush and do some finer lines of these grasses. And I'll have some longer ones because I want the idea to be you're looking through these grasses at the landscape beyond. So you're quite low down, looking through them to the landscape. So these are quite high up into the painting, like that. I'll do some lighter ones as well, just here and there, just to give the effect. I'm not going mad and detailed. A few little dashes of light there, a few more highlights, like that. Just one or two. And now with this old worn brush, I can put in some loose, rough foliage kind of areas on these little grasses and stalks. So this is a good advert for not throwing brushes away when they get old and worn. They're still very useful. So I'm just going to apply some yellow now with my finger onto this lighter area, just so that it really sings out and is quite reasonably bright. I'll also add some red into the bottom right corner there. I'll add it elsewhere as well, but mainly I want it in that place there. One or two little dots here, because that red there in the left will balance with the darkness of that tree on the right. So your eye hops between the two. Okay, a few little more dashes with the finger of different colours. The finger of different colours. Always be careful, wash your hands after doing this, because there are trace elements of metals in some of these paints. And you don't want to leave them on your skin, so... Or barrier cream, or use rubber gloves. I can't use rubber gloves, I just can't stand to use them, so use my finger. Right, I'm just going to sign my name now because I think we're nearly there. So that's an abstract landscape in acrylics. Hope you enjoyed it. And that's the painting finished. If you have enjoyed this video and hopefully found it interesting and entertaining, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Be sure to click on the little bell icon if you wish to be notified of my latest videos. I am always interested in your questions and comments, and I do try to answer every one of them. Hopefully I will see you on my next painting video, so until then, have a lovely day and happy painting!